70% of all Porsches ever built are still on the road today. And with over 80,000 original parts you can still buy, these cars actually get better as they age. Here are 5 Porsches that won't bankrupt you after 100,000 miles. Our number 5 pick is the Cayman GT4 from 2015 to 2016. This is what happens when Porsche's GT guys get their hands on a mid-engine car and decide to build something special. This isn't just another Cayman with some fancy bits stuck on. It's a complete rework of what a mid-engine sports car should be. You get a 3.8-liter flat 6, making 385 horsepower under the rear deck. More importantly, it's based on the same Mezger engine that powers the GT3. That means it's built to handle track abuse and high revs without falling apart. The suspension borrows heavily from the 991 GT3. With adaptive dampers and anti-roll bars, you can adjust for different situations. The result is a car that works just as well on twisty roads as it does on a racetrack, but you can still drive it to work every day. Here's where it gets interesting money-wise. In the UK, decent examples are going for around £56,000 to £60,000, basically the same as 2021. In the States, cars with under 10,000 miles are actually selling above what they cost new, often hitting $120,000. Auto Express says the 718 Cayman holds its value better than any other sports car in Europe, keeping around 70% after 3 years. This just makes the GT4 look even better as Porsche moves toward electric sports cars. Maintenance isn't too scary. The main things are the clutch, which usually needs replacing every 40,000 hard miles, and watching the coolant expansion tank for small leaks. Do that and follow the service schedule, and this flat 6 will keep running smooth. The GT4 gives you supercar speed with Porsche reliability. Track days cost way less than maintaining some Italian exotic, and you can get parts through any dealer instead of waiting months for basic repairs. Coming in at number 4 is the 996 GT3 from 1995 to 2005. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. The 996 generation had those IMS bearing problems in the regular Carrera models. But here's the thing, the GT3 uses a totally different engine. It's got the race-bred Mezger block, the same basic design that powered Porsche's Le Mans winners. This engine is basically bulletproof. There are documented cases of these things going over 300,000 miles without any major internal work. The 3.6-liter flat 6 makes 380 horsepower and spins to 8,200 RPM with mechanical precision that'll give you goosebumps. The GT3 was Porsche's first real attempt at building a street-legal race car, and they didn't mess around. Rose joints instead of rubber bushings, seam-welded body for extra stiffness, an aero that actually works instead of just looking cool. From a money standpoint, the 996 GT3 is still a bargain. While 997 GT3 prices have gone crazy, 996 examples, especially the Club Sport versions, can still be found around $160,000. That's a steal for what you're getting. The reliability factor is huge. Unlike regular 996 models, GT3 owners report almost no major mechanical problems. The Mezger engine loves being driven hard and actually runs better when you use it regularly instead of letting it sit in a garage. Service costs aren't bad because the GT3 shares lots of parts with other 996 models, keeping prices reasonable. The main stuff is typical Porsche maintenance: plugs, air filters, oil changes. The dry sump system means oil changes cost a bit more than a regular car, but you go longer between changes. One of the best things about the 996 GT3 is the driving feel. This is from before electronic systems started getting between you and the car. No stability control, no electronic diff, just you, the car, and whatever road you're on. At number 3, we have the 930 Turbo from 1975 to 1989. The original 911 Turbo just refuses to die. Born from Group 4 racing plans, the 930 pairs the nearly indestructible Mezger Flat 6 with Tank Life Getrag manual gearboxes. This combo has proven so tough that high-mileage examples still shock even Porsche engineers. Check this out. Bill McKirkin's 1976 930 just passed 1.2 million kilometers, and he still drives it to work every day. That's not a typo. We're talking about a car pushing 750,000 miles that still fires up every morning. The secret is conservative engineering. The 3.0-liter and later 3.3-liter turbo engines were designed to handle forced induction stress while keeping the reliability Porsche customers expected. The result is an engine that actually gets stronger with age, if you maintain it right. Auction results show the market gets this durability thing. A perfect 1988 example just sold for $280,000 at Amelia Island, while driver quality cars sit around $140,000. Both prices are up about 50% from 2020. Keeping a 930 healthy means understanding its quirks. The turbo oil lines need replacing every 5 to 7 years, no matter what the mileage says. The CIS fuel injection needs occasional adjustment by someone who knows what they're doing. Get these basics right, and the car will outlive turbo lag jokes and probably you. What makes the 930 special isn't just how fast it goes, it's how it feels. This is turbocharging in its purest form. No variable geometry, no electronic boost control, just a mechanical wastegate and an exhaust-driven turbine that hits you with a wave of power that never gets old. The 930 also benefits from Porsche's parts support. Unlike other 1970s and 1980s exotics, you can still walk into any Porsche dealer and order real parts for your 930. Interior trim, body panels, engine stuff, it's all there and reasonably priced compared to finding parts for a Lamborghini Countach or Ferrari 308. Insurance costs are reasonable because these cars have proven themselves over decades. Many classic car insurers offer agreed value policies that protect your investment while keeping yearly premiums manageable. Our number 2 choice is the 993 Turbo from 1995 to 1998. The 993 generation hits the sweet spot in 911 evolution. It's the last air-cooled 911, but with modern stuff like double wishbone rear suspension, advanced all-wheel drive, and build quality that makes earlier 911s feel like kit cars. The 993 Turbo takes this foundation and adds twin turbos to create what many think is the perfect daily supercar. The 3.6-liter flat 6 puts out 408 horsepower, but more importantly, it delivers that power smoothly. Unlike the 930's sudden kick in the pants, the 993 Turbo builds boost progressively and predictably. Prices for 993 turbos start around $350,000 now and go past $500,000 for low-mileage examples. That sounds expensive until you realize these cars have been climbing steadily for over a decade while staying completely usable. Owners constantly talk about the 993 Turbo's reliability. The air-cooled flat 6 keeps its cylinder heads attached, unlike some water-cooled engines from the early 2000s. The factory rust protection laughs at road salt, making these cars viable anywhere. Maybe most importantly, Porsche still makes 993 specific body panels and interior parts through their classic program. A well-maintained 993 Turbo could realistically be your grandkid's first car, assuming they inherit your taste for speed. The all-wheel drive system is rock solid. Unlike modern systems that rely on electronics and complex sensors, the 993's setup is mostly mechanical and has proven reliable over hundreds of thousands of miles. When it does need service, parts are still available and reasonably priced. The 993 Turbo offers the best of both worlds when you're driving it. It has the character and soul of an air-cooled 911, but with the refinement and usability of a modern car. You can drive coast to coast in comfort, then hit a track day and embarrass cars costing twice as much. The market has figured out this unique position. While other classic cars see their values bounce around with economic conditions, 993 Turbo prices have stayed remarkably stable. They're a safe place for enthusiast money, especially as air-cooled 911s become rarer. At number 1 sits what many consider the ultimate modern Porsche, the 997 GT3 RS from 2007 to 2011. This isn't just a faster GT3, it's a homologation special that brings race car tech to the street while still being civilized enough for road use. The heart of the RS is a 3.8-liter version of the Mezger Flat 6, making 450 horsepower and spinning to 8,500 RPM. But the real magic is how this power gets delivered. The engine pulls cleanly from 2,000 RPM all the way to redline with a linear power delivery that makes every drive feel special. The chassis is where the RS really separates itself from everything else. 3-way adjustable dampers, adjustable anti-roll bars, and a setup you can dial in for everything from street driving to full race mode. The result is a car that feels telepathically connected to whatever road you're on. Current prices reflect the RS's status as the ultimate naturally aspirated 911. Paint to sample examples of the 4.0-liter version now trade around $600,000, while earlier 3.8-liter cars hover near $400,000. These prices have doubled since 2018 as collectors realize that naturally aspirated manual supercars are going extinct. Here's what separates the GT3 RS from other expensive sports cars. It's built to be used hard. Porsche designed these for track abuse, and they respond to hard use by getting better, not worse. The engine actually runs smoother when you drive it at high RPM regularly. And the suspension parts are designed to handle repeated track sessions. Service costs are surprisingly reasonable for such a high-performance machine. Parts availability through Porsche dealers means you're never waiting months for basic repairs. The main service items are consumables: brake pads, tires, oil changes. Even major services like clutch replacement, while expensive, are straightforward jobs for any competent Porsche tech. The RS also benefits from one of the strongest owner communities in cars. Porsche club events, track days, and technical forums mean you're never alone when issues come up. This community support translates directly into maintained values and easier ownership. Maybe most importantly, the 997 GT3 RS represents the end of an era. As emissions rules tighten and manufacturers move toward electrification, naturally aspirated, high-revving engines like the Mezger Flat 6 are becoming impossible to certify for road use. This makes the RS not just a great car, but a piece of automotive history. From an investment angle, the 997 GT3 RS works like a rolling retirement account. Values have climbed consistently over the past decade, and there's no reason to expect this to reverse. Limited production numbers, incredible performance, and bulletproof reliability create the perfect storm for long-term value growth. The ownership experience is equally compelling. This is a car that makes every drive feel special. Whether you're going to work or attacking a mountain road, the steering tells you everything about the road surface. The brakes offer incredible stopping power with perfect pedal feel, and the engine produces one of the greatest automotive soundtracks ever recorded. These 5 Porsches show that high mileage doesn't have to mean high costs. Thanks to solid engineering and parts support that keeps them running basically forever. Whether you go with the Cayman GT4 or the 997 GT3 RS, you're buying a car that gets better with use and will probably outlast you while going up in value.